Hello and welcome. This video is going to be short and sweet. It's going to try and show you how to use SPSS to complete activity 10.2. Specifically in this activity, you're doing a pilot study to investigate study strategies and their effect on academic performance. You're going to be looking at spacing, which is a type of studying where you spread out your studying, not in cram together, but across multiple days, and rereading. And you're going to see the correlation between those types of study strategies with a specific exam score. I've got your data loaded up here. You have people's spacing score, how much they spread out their studying, their actual exam score, and then you also have the amount that people reread, and we're going to see how these things correlate with exam score here in the middle. So the way we're going to do this is first we want to investigate a scatter plot. So we're going to go to Graphs, Legacy Dialogues, over and down to Scatter Plot. Click on Simple Scatter Plot, Define, and then you want to put the two variables that you want to look at in terms of scatter plot. It's customary to put the variable that you're trying to measure or that you're most interested in investigating on the x-axis. So we want to see the effect of types of study strategy, spacing, score, or rereading on exam score. So exam score is the variable we're really interested in seeing how it's affected by the others. So we put that on the x-axis. It's really not going to matter in terms of the correlation you get, but it's just customary to do that. So we'll go ahead and put spacing there for the y-axis. And now we'll go ahead and get a scatter plot. And there you go. The next thing you're going to have to do is do a correlation between those variables. And throughout the activity, we can get more than one correlation at a time, so you get a correlation matrix. So you can get the correlation between spacing score and exam score and rereading an exam score all in one fell swoop with an SPSS. So you can go Analyze, Correlate, Bivariate. And normally these would be all over here, but you will put everything that you're interested in getting the correlation between among. If you put all of them over here, you'll get a correlation between all possible combinations of those two. You can check and see options. Sometimes it's useful to get the mean and standard deviation of each variable, the descriptive statistics for each individual variable. You can see we've got a two-tailed p-value coming out, which is what we're going to want. We can get a Pearson or a Spearman. In this case, a Pearson will be appropriate. And then you'll get what's called a correlation matrix. So you can find all the numbers you need for the correlation between spacing score and exam score right here. So here's the correlation, here's the correlation coefficient, Pearson's correlation. Here's its p-value, two-tailed p-value, and here's the n. Now, just a quick word on interpretation here. This correlation is a medium correlation. It's a 0.3, so that's a medium-sized effect, but yet the p-value is not very compelling. And that's probably, it is certainly because the sample size is so small here. Again, this was just a pilot study. You just were doing this to see how the way you're measuring the different variables was working. This is, well, based on this evidence, you're intrigued enough to go ahead and do a full-fledged study, which is what you'll do in the next activity, 10-3. I think this should be enough to get you started. Oh, one other thing. If you're using SPSS, it does not provide the 95% confidence interval for the correlation. So you'll have to do that by hand if you're using SPSS. And you will do that by looking at the text. Page 390 will show you how to do that. All right, that should be everything you need. Good luck.